What's up, everybody? What's up, Ragers? Welcome back to another episode of the Agents of Rage. It has been a minute, I know. I mean, we're doing our Sonic Temple Day 3 and 4 recap like 6 weeks after the event, but hey, it is what it is. We do have lives. We are here, and we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of clips that we have to show, and we want to just kind of wrap up our Sonic Temple coverage. My name is Ren. This is TD. I am in Detroit. He is in the Bay Area. Just two dudes who love metal. This is what we do. This is episode 34. So we have been at this for a minute, and we look forward to continuing to do it as long as we can. So what is up, TD?
Oh, boy. Not too much. I actually just got my new machine head lid at the Machine Head show recently, which was I think the best show I've ever seen them do. With, opening for Kill Switch, and Havoc was there as well, and Iron Reagan.
Yeah, man.
And so that was a great show. They had some cool hats. I had to get one. And Monday, I'm going to see COC for the second time on this tour. First one, of course, was in Flint at the Machine Shop.
Yep.
And going to go with Special Agent Woody and his daughter.
Okay.
To a show. So that'll be fun Monday night.
Yeah, it's interesting. We are seeing, how old is Special Agent Woody's daughter?
She'll be 17 in about a week.
All right. Yeah, because I am seeing more and more younger people at shows, which is awesome. So literally, I just saw on Wednesday, which was just a couple of days ago, the opening night tour for 6 Feet Under and Cataclysm and Wormhole. And they had some local bands playing. Really good band called Dark Eater, which is out of Michigan here. So we're always about pumping up some of those bands. So we'll talk about that particular show. It was Cataclysm was amazing. Not that 6 Feet Under wasn't great. And Wormhole really surprised me. So much so that I brought a shirt, but I did have a merch incident, and we're not going to talk about it on this show. We'll talk when we do it. But just one of those things that happens, and that's what we talk about is the live experience and issues that can happen at the merch stands. And so that is something we will get into in a future episode. We have seen so many shows; it's crazy. That we haven't really covered here. So we're going to dig back into the archives as we move forward here and catch up with some of the stuff that we saw over the last, 4 or 5 months. But we're going to get into Sonic Temple Day 3 and 4. So we were really looking forward to Day 3 and 4. A lot of bands that we wanted to see. It's interesting as I was kind of putting this together, really only saw like 5 bands on Day 3, which was Saturday. We got kind of a late start. And this typically happens in the course of a festival, but we knew the bands that we really wanted to see. And so we did that, but we made up. Oh, there you go. The official mascot of the Agents of Rage.
That's right.
Making the presence felt. We also, we made up for it in Day 4 because we saw 10 bands. So we definitely got our fill in the weekend set of Sonic Temple. Before we get into these, Day 3 and 4, we had already had a couple days under our belt. What were you looking forward to? What was kind of the vibe going into the weekend that you remember at Sonic Temple?
I think, looking back, this is the first year that I made that I used the app and made a solid list like you've done in the past.
Right.
And we didn't have any conflict about who to see. And we pretty much saw everyone we really wanted to see on our list. So I think even though we saw only 5 bands, we saw the 5 we absolutely wanted to see, and then 10 on the last day. So I think was our most strategic festival, and we did exactly what we wanted to do. So it went well. I wasn't disappointed at all.
Oh no. And we got a good fill the first couple of days. So yeah, we were feeling it, and we were ready to check out what was in store for us. So we're going to start to run through it. And, first off the bat, a band which I had seen just recently that is from back in the day, and they're back with a vengeance, and people were really digging it, and that is Biohazard. So we started our day with Biohazard and got a little fill from the boys. So let's check out a quick clip. Yeah, so there they go. And it was a great way to start the day. And again, a band who is touring again, and I highly recommend checking them out.
Definitely. Yeah, I saw a quote from the singer Evan Seinfeld recently. They said he made more in porn, his first 3 years in porn, than he has his entire career making music. So kids out there, if you're aspiring musicians, maybe porn's the way to go. I don't know.
Yeah, or OnlyFans, right?
Right.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, he still looks great, no doubt about it. Built like a Mack truck. He always has been. We loved him in Oz. Great show, and he was terrific in it. So then we would both highly recommend. You can go back into the HBO archives and watch Oz, right?
Oh yeah. I actually saw a reel the other day, last night. It was the cast of Oz then and now and their spouses. Pretty interesting. Pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. So we started off the day right, and then we spent a lot of time on the altar stage in this festival. We were there a lot. This was the stage that was kind of far off from everybody else, and of course, we came back when these guys hit the stage. I have had the great fortune of seeing Carcass several times over the last several years. They are a touring band, and whether I saw them with Amon Amarth or they were with, I believe, Hatebreed, they can pretty much join any lineup, and they're going to give you a solid set. You agree, of course.
That's the first time I've seen them in years. And last time the singer had a broken leg. He was playing on a chair. But I just realized there are no dicks in that video. Good job, man. You actually got a video of the band and the fans, and no nonsense.
Yeah, trust me, man. They will show up at some point here or there. Whether it was, I mean, it's coming. But yeah, that was one of the things we had to deal with. And then, of course, we got one of the pioneers of thrash metal, those who some would say should be included in the big four, just for what they were able to do and the longevity of their career, and just the fact that they always bring it. And that is Creator. Here's a minute. Still killing it. Still killing it.
Yeah.
And that's actually a song from one of their newer albums. But they've always stayed strong to thrash. And of course, if you're at a creator show, you're going to get one of these. And sure enough, it happened. The Wall of Death. I don't think half the people knew what they were doing there.
But they were into it, though. They seemed like they were into it. And that was a good time of night. It started to cool off. Sun started to go down. It was that was a good. I liked the time they played.
Absolutely. And we had a couple night bands that we made sure we had to check out. And it turned out that this was the last U.S. festival appearance of Sepultura. And so I had just seen them. They had played here in Detroit, and it was with Biohazard, and it was an amazing show. And they came out, and you know what? The fans, say what you want about this incarnation of Sepultura. Everybody has strong opinions, and I get it. But these guys came out and just slayed. They did a lot of the songs that the people wanted to hear, and it was just a really, really energetic set. So let's just check out a smidgen. They were bringing it.
Yeah, that was the best. That was the best Sepultura show I've seen. Actually, the energy, they were just on. They went out with a bang. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I always, it's interesting. Worm Eater, who I just saw recently, they've got a stack stage, like, I think 4 guitarists at least. And
wow.
There's something about just, 3-piece metal bands that always, to me, it just feels raw, and they kill it. Mm-hmm. And there's so much writing on those musicians, to play everything.
Yeah.
Exactly the way you want to hear it. And, Cataclysm is like that. And so it's interesting. Hey, I wish them well. I hope they have a great tour. I'm glad we got to see them. I'm glad they showed up at Sonic Temple. It was a good time. And, when they're doing War for Territory, everybody's just going nuts. Even if it's like, there were a lot of people who may not know like some of the songs, but when they hear some of those familiar just anthems, they're like, oh yeah, whether I know it or not, they're just going to kill for it because they were doing a great job. So we ended night 3 with Body Count. So Body Count came out, and admittedly, we talked about this after. It didn't look like Ice-T had all his, piss and vinegar inside of him, for this one. But, I don't know how old he is, but he's been around. He's been around.
It's cool. It's cool because, there are 3 types of people that know him from his, he's one of the first commercially successful rappers. Law and Order, and then as a metal act, and he definitely was. He appeared he wasn't feeling that well. You could tell from the show he was struggling, but he did it. He showed up, which is awesome. It would have sucked too if he had to cancel and he didn't. So I was grateful for that because he puts on a great show for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And they've been doing this, since I think early 90s.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. I mean, and Yeah, it was really interesting when he started this venture, just because, yeah, he was so well known as a rapper and he was getting more into acting. I mean, I remember the song Colors from the movie Colors.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, that was like with Sean Penn. That was
Yeah.
crazy and crazy popular. And, you know, and then he, you know, got with his buddies. And I think one of his great friends was a great guitarist, wanted to start a band. And he's like, yeah, let's do this. And they've been doing it for, you know, 30 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So they came out, and, you know, it's always a different vibe, you know, when Body Count comes out, man, you're going to get a lot of political metal as it is. But again, you know, like, and this song I'm going to play right here, this is a song called Purge. And this is basically an homage to The Purge. You know, if you've seen those movies, you know, it's one night where anybody can kill anyone. So it's tailor made for a Body Count riff, and they brought it.
Let's go. It's tonight. Murder is legal. Make revenge on anybody you wish. Take a break, have a grueling torture. Hit the shit for 12 hours of bliss. Burn. Burn. If you're scared, hide yourself in the building. Get prepared, we fucking coming for you. You can hide and hope the night just blows over. I prefer to roam the streets with my crew. Burn. Burn. Burn, motherfucker!
Yeah, man, that's how we ended night 3.
Yeah, that's a great way to go. And that's his son in the background doing background vocals.
Right.
If you look behind the back and front of the sign there, that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, no, it makes sense that he's going to get the family involved. It's a real passion project for him. And, you know, I'm amazed that they have continued to keep doing what they're doing. I wish they toured more. You know, I would love to see them like a full headline show.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when we get a chance to catch up with them, it's at a festival setting. So you get 35 minutes or so, but they always make it count. And we had a great time. We've seen them at a few festivals. In fact, the very first festival we went together, which was 2017, they were playing on that side stage, that concrete side stage, you know, at Chicago Open Air. And that was the Slayer stage, you know, and yeah, I mean, these guys are still killing it. So that was day 3. We wake up, we decide we're going to do more for day 4. We're going to go all out and try to see as much as we can. And again, another day that did not disappoint. There was a lot of great acts and just some interesting things that we wanted to see. If it's not necessarily somebody like, you know, we're going to put on our playlist, but there were a couple of bands that you know, visually we just wanted to check out. And it's always great to see a band. You want to see how they're going to perform live. Now, ironically, another band that we saw the very first time we went to a festival together in 2017 is actually, and this was the first time I had heard of Avatar. But, you know, these guys from Sweden have, you know, had a lengthy career now. And so much so that, you know, they've got a big following and, you know, they put them on the main stage.
Yeah.
So this was really our first, you know, venture into the stadium itself, you know, considering we were already on day 4. But that's just how it worked out with the action we wanted to see. So here's a little bit of Avatar. Very much the showman, that guy.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is they typically aren't my jam,
Right.
But we've seen them at so many festivals, and the songs that the set list they play, and they're just such great performers on stage that I really like them. And I felt bad, looking at this video again, that the singer, because it was hot as hell when he was playing. And he's wearing that leather. Dude, I would have had a heat stroke before I could get that jacket off. It was brutal. So good for him. I hope he got paid well.
Yeah, there's no question. When you get inside those stadium environments, especially at festivals, it just collects the heat, and it just amplifies, and it just, it just rages. So like, we were over in the seats, of the stadium for that performance, because we sit. Right, because we had to move on. We weren't going to be there for too long because, of course, taking the stage, a band that I've seen many times, as you have, and these guys, Suicidal Tendencies, are still doing their thing. I wore the shirt today. This is my old school Suicidal, because you wore the Suicidal shirt a couple episodes ago. The one that we bought, and I bought that too. I just figured I'll throw on a different one. But, again, these guys, such pioneers, that punk, metal, that crossover, skateboard, whatever, just great, just great. And it was so emblematic of when we were growing up, especially for me in LA, and kind of like the skateboard surf culture, and, just that I don't give a fuck attitude, excuse me. But that is who they are. So here's just a little bit from Suicidal on stage. I mean, how relevant is that song today?
Yeah. They always put on a great show.
Fits exactly the attitude. And he always tries, Mike Muir always tries to go, the extra mile and try to just get the crowd into it, even if it's a short set at a festival. Here was him during their last song, their ST anthem, joining the crowd. Pledge your allegiance.
That's so awesome. That's I love it when the bands get into with the fans. That's cool for all of us.
Yeah, and the guy I had another video that Rob Trujillo's son, who basically fills in for his dad, who began in Suicidal, or I don't know if he began there, but he was in Suicidal for a length of time. He was standing in the crowd playing and all that. So they're into it. You got to go. You got to show up when Suicidal Tendencies is playing. So if you've never seen them and you get a chance, just do it. I would love to see like a Suicidal Tendencies, Biohazard, all that, and DRI and some of those. I would love to have like a punk metal festival with, just all of that going on. That thing though would be crazy. Like people would be going nuts. Make sure that you protect yourself at all times. No question about it. All right. So then we went back into the stadium because Black Label Society was going. We had seen Zach Sabbath, who just tore the roof off the altar stage to end I think it was day one. It was one of those days, day one or day two. And his band, BLS, was playing the festival. So they put him on the main stage. And of course, that when he hits the stage and he has every opportunity, he's going to play a little Ozzy. It's crazy how much he sounds like Ozzy.
Yeah, he does. I was listening to Sirius XM the other day, and it came on. It was I forget what Black Sabbath song it was, but it was him playing. They were playing Zach Sabbath, and I was like, "Wow, man! What are the odds, man? He really get that sound down." And even though you said, I know you said he's playing Ozzy, but in my mind I heard you say he's playing Black Sabbath, and then the video comes on. I was like, "Wait a second." He actually was playing Ozzy that I totally forgot because you're so used to him playing Black Sabbath.
Right.
He actually played an Ozzy song, which is pretty cool. So
because he played with Ozzy, for years, he was in the band, he was one of those guys writing music with Ozzy. So I know he owes him, everything. And he just always gets a chance to appreciate him. He does it, whether it's in a Black Label show, you get some solo Ozzy, and of course, Zach Sabbath is nothing but Sabbath. So that was cool. And then we didn't stay to the end of that because there was a band playing on the stage right outside the stadium that we were both curious about, and that was Bloodywood.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like we both said, we need to go see these guys. It's a different kind of, setup with those guys. But at the end of the day, they're metal as hell. And although they mix in, their Indian influence and Indian sounds, and they do some kind of hip hop stuff too, it all is with an aggressive tone. And so we went over and checked him out. Again, I had heard of him, obviously, but never seen him. And so this is a little bit of Bloodywood. Go.
Yeah, and they had two singers too. Guys rotating.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one was definitely doing the hip hop stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you want to rapping, whatever. So it was cool. We got a chance to see a band we'd never seen before and get an opportunity to do that. But then, of course, we had to make our way over to kind of the stage that was outside the stadium, kind of in the corner of the one when I showed the intro. A lot of more of the bigger acts were playing there, including little Viking metal in Amon Amarth.
Back
House of the Dragon metal. Yeah.
Yeah, they were great, man. That's so the first thing I think of when I see that is I remember that's when I started eating a lot of ice cream that day. It was so hot I could not get cooled down, and that stage had zero coverage anywhere.
No, exactly. And ironically enough, another band that was playing at the first festival we went to in 2017, in fact, I think they played like right after Avatar, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so again, you know, these guys been doing a long time. They always put on great tours. It's always a great show. You get the crowd rowing, you know, and doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very participatory. And, but you know, just always a great show. And they always have great, in fact, Carcass played for Amon Amarth. I saw him in Detroit a few years ago. And, you know, they were one of the, you know, Carcass and, gosh, I'm trying to remember now who else was on the lineup. I think Unearth, and maybe somebody else. I know there was somebody else. I don't remember exactly, but they always bring, you know, a great lineup, a great variety of music. And, yeah, I mean, there's nothing, you know, they're the kings of Viking metal, man. If you love that, there's so many people, and I get it. They love that, you know, kind of, you know, Dio lyrics, like medieval castle, dragons, war, you know. Amon Amarth is one of the bands who keeps that alive. So check them out if you get a chance. So then again, we go back to the main stadium because it just so happened on Sunday they put some of the bands that we wanted to see on the main stage. So we went back in there because, of course, we got to go check out Lamb of God. Back-to-back videos with the blow-up sex doll. So that person,
Randy Bly looks smaller without his hair, by the way.
Oh, I know. It's so trippy. You know, you're so, especially with those braids.
Yeah,
that would be flying around. I know.
To the next.
I know it is. Yeah, exactly. He just went full clean. But again, went to that tour recently. Amazing show. Just, you know, Fit for an Autopsy was on that lineup, and it was, and Sanguizabog, you know, who I had never seen, who I really loved live. I'm not a huge fan of their like albums, just you know, just the singing style is, you know, obviously, but like Worm Eater, who I just saw the other night, who is definitely a growler, you know. But when the music, you know, they got very symphonic at one point, which was really cool. So he's doing all these growl vocals, and they're kind of like playing almost like a symphony, you know, type of music behind him. But then they can also bring, you know, the straight, you know, kind of thrash or death rhythms while they do that. So anyway, but Lamb of God, what are you gonna say, man? I mean, they're the GOATs right now. You know, they're holding it down. They're leading the charge. They're the number one, you know, real metal band, in my opinion. That's out there. There's nobody that can knock them off. I mean, Exodus is the only other one. I mean, look, Exodus and Testament and Creator, like we just talked about, like those OGs are still holding it down. But Lamb of God, still style of music, the crowd they bring, the energy, the new music is always awesome, you know. They're just, and they've been just on top for so long. I mean, you just gotta give it up to Lamb of God, period. So
True.
yes, I mean, that's it. And if you've never seen them, then what are you waiting for? Make sure that you go any opportunity that you can to see it. And I see them every time they come. And that Lamb of God Mastodon tour, I talked about this in a previous episode that I saw, which was last summer. Open air was awesome. That was amazing because they were doing, their 2 albums, Leviathan and Ashes of the Wake. So it was awesome. All right. Well, then we had to make our way back over to where Amon Amarth had played, because we wanted to go see Public Enemy. we wanted to see
top of my list.
I was, and total diversion from what we had been experiencing all weekend. But at the end of the day, you always give it up for bands that were pioneers, that set the genre, that just influenced so many. And I mean, if you don't know Public Enemy, who are you? You need to,
right?
And so of course they went ahead. Sans Anthrax, did not have Anthrax there, although I was hoping they would come out, at some point, and do the song with them. But they were going to do Bring the Noise. And regardless if it's just PE doing it, it's always a crowd pleaser.
Here we go again. That's right, y'all. Turn it up. Come on, y'all. Bring the noise. Come on. Come on. You got to turn it up. They said we too blind, man. Bring the noise. Yo. Never battered the back of the brother and man the factors could walk like a senator. Soul and roll to cheer like someone to roll with the beats of the doctors of dust. Listen to lessons I'm saying this. Something that got the prediction of black to before. You never care for the all the country is up for the war. We got to demonstrate. Come on now. They're gonna have to wait. Do we get it? Radio stations are president that they call themselves out, but we'll see them.
And I think that's the Anthrax verse. Right.
Yeah,
there.
that's true. They, it's funny.
Yeah.
They're not, of course, on the Ice-T level, but they still have enough crossover to play at a metal show, which is pretty cool.
Well, I mean, exactly. I mean, again, it's all about attitude.
Yeah.
It's all about bringing the aggression, making a point. They are very clear about where they stand on, police violence and all of this, just like Body Count. Same way. Their songs reflect it. But they speak for the people, man. I mean, these guys have been doing it forever. And, it was great. It was a great addition to the festival. And Todd's right. I mean, he said it right off the bat, this was one of your most anticipated, if not the most anticipated.
Yeah. I was excited, man. It was cool. And they had,
it was hot though. It was it was very hot for their performance. I mean, I think it was like 6, burning hot. Yeah. And actually we had great weather for most of the festival. It got hot day 4, really got hot day 4. Yeah. So we took a break, we hung out with, Antonio, Alaska, and, we, got a chance to, have some food and things like that. And we wanted to see a couple more bands for the evening session. We weren't, particularly, it wasn't like a Zach Sabbath was playing or Sepultura, but we wanted to go walk over and see DragonForce and see their new singer, Alyssa. Alyssa Gouls, right? Who was with Arch Enemy.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. And I still never seen Arch Enemy, which is crazy.
I have. They're very good. Only
once,
I think.
And they don't come to Detroit very often.
They don't tour. I don't think they tour a lot in general.
Right.
They've had like 4 singers now, and I've seen 1.
Right. And I think and I think they have. I mean, obviously they have a new one now. Started with a guy. Those early albums, which I really like a lot. Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great if they would bring him back for like some old school festival lineup, but whatever. I want to see him. I think I did have one opportunity at one point, but I did not get a chance to see him. So it is what it is. We'll live another day. But now she is with DragonForce, and DragonForce again is not on my playlist just because they're incredible musicians. Again, another band that was at Chicago Open Air when we went in 2017. And I remember because Special Agent Woody was with us that, he was really into taking pictures and all that. He's like, I'm going to go check out DragonForce. And we were like, what? And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I love these guys, and I'm going to go right up there and get some great pictures. And so we said, well, you go right ahead. You go right ahead. But since then, I have heard them obviously numerous times because they do make great music. But now they have Alyssa, and so we wanted to go see them for sure and see how she's doing, fronting this band.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I think she has a cool element to the band that I think is going to take them to another level. But I prefer her and Arch Enemy.
Right.
She's got a great voice.
No, she does.
Like that aggressiveness of Arch Enemy.
I think for her, and I am not speaking for her or any serious super fan of DragonForce, I'm sure you can tell me in the comments. But I would say that she is getting a chance to explore her range, because when you do Arch Enemy, for the most part, you're growling.
Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, you still sing in parts, of course, but here you it's like they go from Disney, to the devil in a swing of like 15 seconds. So she definitely gets to kind of, spread her wings. And hey, they're a popular band. They play like every festival in Europe in the summer. I mean, they're always there. They're mainstays. They love that. They love that. Europe especially has a much more appreciation for melodic metal and, that power metal and things like that, that me personally am not a huge fan. But you have a soft spot for power metal. There's no question about it. I'm not calling
I've gotten better. I saw Halloween and Beast in Black, and they were great. They're amazing performers.
Yeah,
I think that's a good example of like kind of you said before, there's listening to the album and there's experiencing the show live, which can be two completely different experiences. And
dude, 100%.
Yeah.
100% that you should not always prejudge. And if you get an opportunity, and that's the beauty of festivals. The beauty of festivals is that, okay, Beast in Black is playing. Now, for me, generally speaking, I am not going to buy a ticket to that. They do come here, though, quite a bit. But they play the Token Lounge in Westland, which I love. I love that place, and I try to go there as much as I missed DRA there the last time, and I'm so upset with myself. But stuff was going on. Here's what I will say, that when you go to a festival, and this is why you have to go to a festival, is that you get a chance to see bands that you love. You get to see bands that you've heard of that you've never seen before. And then you get to see bands you're like, I am not a fan, but I will give them a chance. And when you see them live, especially a band like DragonForce, because they're such incredible musicians, you are going to be, you're going to have a new appreciation. Whether you become a fan or not, you are going to be like, that was good. That was solid.
That's 100%. There are probably way more bands I've seen at a festival that I wouldn't have paid to see normally, that I came back and was like, man, they're really cool, versus ones where I was disappointed. Rarely disappointed, frequently surprised.
Right. Now, keeping it real as I'm thinking to the festival itself. We've got one more band to play, but before we do that, Bloodywood really didn't do it for me. I mean, I obviously you saw the energy. I mean, they brought it. It just didn't connect with me really at all. For whatever reason. I mean, it's not like you have to explain yourself. It's just, I didn't dig it. So, for the most part, like Public Enemy, while they were good, I think they could have picked a better set list.
Yeah.
That was more driving. This was definitely hip hop, and that's cool. And, it was, they've got something to say. So we're here to hear it. But that was a disappointing thing for me, but at the end of the day, the bands who I wanted to see all delivered, and the bands that, we also like, for instance, Dope.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't listen to Dope. But the fact that he would do that song round, you spin me right round. The fact, and he admits, I mean, he would say it, this is the stupidest song on the face of the earth, and we're gonna play it. And they did, and he gave it a, kind of alternative kind of, almost techno kind of drive to it. The people loved it. The people loved it. People love when you play covers.
Yeah.
Especially at festivals. It's always good if you can get a cover and just play a band that everybody knows and they can love it. So, man. That's my, I wasn't really disappointed outside. Static X was,
as expected.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it would be, I don't know, a little more driving. It was very tame. It was very tame. Now, it was entertaining because he's in the outfit, the robot or whatever the heck, and he's got big robots walking around on stage and all. You can see that in our 1 and 2 day show, but So, but for the most part, and Gideon, I wasn't a real fan of. But other than that, everybody else killed it, man. Now, the last thing we're going to share is a band that does do the festival. They tour a lot. And again, this is, if you are familiar with the television show Metalopolis, which is like a Comedy Central show, there is a fictional band that the show is about. And the band is called Dethklok. And so the guys who make the music decided we're going to tour and we're going to play the music and I'm going to sing the songs. It's not singing, it's grinding, but, and we'll have the cartoon in the background so that you could see this is what the music is intended for. And just the fact that they tour and they do a show, I think is hilarious. And they were the last band that we saw at Sonic Temple. So here is Dethklok. there you go. There you go.
They were good.
Yeah, I know. And it's crazy that I love it that they're in silhouette, so you can't see them.
Yeah.
It's not about the guys who are performing. It's about what's on the screen.
Yeah,
and if you watch that show, which I highly recommend you watch, it's hilarious. And if you're a metal fan, you'll love it. It's basically like the journeys of this metal band. A lot of time they're on tour and crazy things happen to them when they're not on stage, but they show like videos that they make of their music. So basically they can show that video and then perform it live. So that was cool, man. And that's a wrap up of Sonic Temple. You know, I think we ended up seeing about 27 bands over the course of 4 days. Right. Which
in addition to the ones we could hear in the background, or
right,
on the TV somewhere.
100%.
You catch it all.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're averaging like 7 a day.
Yeah,
you know, which again, we pride ourselves in the fact that we are festival masters in that we know what to do, where to go, all that. So not saying where to go in terms of what to see, but we know how to navigate a successful festival so that you can still be fresh on day 4. And there's certain principles and things of that nature. And, you know, this was a great one. This was a great one. We had a great time.
Our best one yet so far. They keep getting better somehow. So next year, we're going to have to top it again.
No doubt about it. And unfortunately, I will not see you at Michigan Metal Fest, which, you know, and I get it. Hey, dude, you know, I get it. But Antonio, Alaska and Julio are coming out, which is crazy.
Good.
And so
filling in for me.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna have a great time there. They haven't been to Michigan before, so I'm gonna show them around, and we'll hit the fest. You know, it's interesting. A lot of bands that I don't really are not familiar with. So for the last month, made a playlist of all the bands that were playing, and you know, and have been listening to them. And there's some really good bands. A band called Narcotic Wasteland. Who is I've never heard of them. Oh, you have? All right. So they're playing.
I've been communicating with them on our Instagram page.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh well, dude. I'm gonna say that then, because I'm gonna see them, and I'm gonna definitely have access to talk with them for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just looking at some of the bands here that I'm really looking forward to. There's a band called, let's see, so many. There's a band called Visitant, which is an interesting band. They do have synths and things in them. Burned in Effigy, which is a great name, and they're good. Band called Knifeback, which I like a lot of their music. They definitely do it. Interesting. There's a band called the X Faces, which are ex-members of Mushroom Head.
Yeah, I saw that. That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, so they're headlining. So they're going to do all Mushroom Head songs.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. There's another cool band called Ventana. I would check these guys out. They're really good. Autumn Lies Buried. I have been very impressed with the music I've heard from Autumn Lies Buried. I would highly recommend, Narcotic Wasteland, Autumn Lies Buried. If you look at the Michigan Metal Fest lineup and that's all you check out, you're going to have 2 bands that I think you're going to follow. And Traverse the Abyss has some good songs. It's a band called Let It Rot, which is a great name. Hemlock, who we saw at Michigan Metal Fest when you went. They're playing. They got some great stuff. Band called Gore Pig, which has some really good songs. I mean, I have to admit it. It's crazy. There's so many in here. Hyporium is another one. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good, and we'll make sure we plan to do our next fest together. Any other shows that you got coming up?
Well, you know what's funny is you sent me the 6 Feet Under thing, and I was like, I went to my list, and I didn't realize I'd never seen them live ever. So I was like, I think they're coming to the Bay Area. So I looked, and they're coming July 28th. So I hit up Fresh Relation Woody. I was like, dude, what do you think? He's like, I'm in. So we're gonna go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Great show.
And then I've got Sick New World, Texas at the end of October. One day,
right?
With like 30 bands. It's going to be interesting to figure out how to.
I love that.
Do that, but it's going to be cool. So that's down the road. That's my next, my only other festival for the year.
Dude, that's awesome, bro. I love that. And I'm really excited to hear you talk about it later. I'm trying to see, do I have anything else lined up? Not really. You know, one thing I'm definitely going to go see is Guar's coming back in December. I'm going to go with Guar, and Midnight is playing with them, who I love.
Nice.
Obviously a parody. There's this band called Mac Sabbath. You heard of
Oh yeah. I haven't seen them, but I know who they are.
So they wear like Ronald McDonald Land outfits. You know, you got Ronald and the Hamburglar and Grimace and all that on stage,
cool.
performing Sabbath songs. So yeah, there's that. But there's a bunch of shows in September and October. I just have to kind of lay out my schedule. So
yeah,
you know, hey, what shows are you guys seeing? You know, put it in the comments if you want. We're gonna wrap this show up now. Basically, you know, one thing that's interesting, and I don't know if something's going on with YouTube, but the last 2 shorts I post, my shorts typically, you know, they're just bands. Typically will get anywhere from like 500 to 1,500 views. But I posted the Suicidal and it got like 25 views. And then I posted Amon Amarth and it got like 52 views. And I'm like, that's interesting. They're not sharing it like I guess that they used to. And I wonder why that is. So I'm going to do some experimentation. We still gained a couple subscribers. We're at 365 for YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, which is good. And I know we're still doing well on our other channels, right?
Yeah, Instagram, we'll be at 1,300 by the end of the week, which is you know, crazy for where we were 2 months ago. But what's interesting is the first Suicidal post we did got almost 18,000 views. The last one, like 1,200. I don't have any idea.
That's still a lot, though.
But you know, how did one get 18,000 versus 1,200?
I know.
Is odd. I don't.
Yeah, I never understand the algorithm, and Meta's going to do some crazy stuff where if you're going to post, and this is for all you out there, if you're going to post on, say, Facebook and Instagram, you can't just like send the same post to each. They want to have unique posts for each. Otherwise, you're going to get no views. So, yeah. So understand that, that there's some changes coming at Meta. You could look it up if you want to. But yeah, we'll stay on top of it. Hey, I met a couple at Cataclysm that the guy is like, he's like, hey, man, I know you. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. Now, remember, for those of you who don't know, I do high school sports here in Michigan, too. So I'm on TV and things like that. But and I was like, oh, I do a podcast. Anyway, he couldn't place it, but he was telling all these stories about people that he would run into that he remembered who they were. And it'd been like years later. But we finally figured out it was, I saw him at a show and I talked to him about Agents of Race. I pulled out the card and gave it to him. And he's like, you gave me this card. He's like, you gave me this card.
That's cool.
At some previous show. But yeah, so, and I went over to Dark Eater because that's a band that's out of Dearborn, Michigan, local band. I'm going to play some stuff. Check them out. You can look them up. Dark Eater. It's all one word. They're cool, man. They killed it. Killed it. I mean, they were the setup for Wormhole, and they were amazing. So Wormhole will be at the show you're at. Those 3 will be there. Wormhole, Cataclysm, and I'm telling you, dude, Cataclysm was killing it, dude.
I'm excited. I don't know if I've seen them before either. Actually, dude, I have to look.
Destroying it. You are going to be just like, get up close. That's all I can say. Get up close. I've got some good videos. I'm going to share those on our channel, and we're going to do that. So other than that, anything else, bro?
Ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
Get it going. It's going to be nice here in the Bay Area.
Yeah. And I mean, it's hot here right now, but it's not too bad. I really want us to do this every 2 weeks. I really do. We got a lot of backlog of stuff. So TD and I will get together, figure out what we're going to feature on the next show. We could mix and match, months and stuff. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
We'll kind of figure out what makes sense. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. We love doing this. We want to do it as much as we can. Life gets in the way. But at the end of the day, we're not like experts on social media and all this. I try to make clips and try to do some things. And TD's, trying to post, his content too, and so just bear with us. It's just about metal, man. And we have had connections from likes from like Sepultura's lead singer, right? Like the video.
And his wife.
There you go.
And DJ Lethal from Limp Bizkit recently.
Well, there you go.
And the drummer for POD.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. We love that. So it's great when somebody gets to see it. So it's a labor of love for us. We love doing it, guys. We're going to keep doing it. Just bear with us sometimes when we're a little sparse in between episodes, but we always try to put some content at least up on the channels fairly regularly. So anyway, that is the end of the show. Anything else you want to say, bro?
No, you said it all. Yeah, we're just two regular guys having fun, trying to share our love of metal, and
that's it.
And that's it.
That's it. So if you're at a show in the Bay Area, you see TD, say what's up. If you're at a show in Detroit, you see me, say what's up. I have had, people come up before, and it's awesome. Again, we just want to keep making this metal content. We got a lot of good stuff coming up ahead, a lot of great concerts we have seen that we're going to talk about soon. So, subscribe, follow, like, share it. That's the best way for people to discover it. If you share it to your network, people and metal fans, maybe they'll pick up on it, or maybe just be like, you guys suck and I'm not interested in watching anything you guys have to do. So that's fine too. But we're gonna keep doing it, and hopefully we're gonna get better at it. So
I think
thank you. I agree, bro. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you next time on the Agents of Rage.